We spoke to the management, Mr. Sanjay Sagar, Joint MD and CEO at JSW Energy. JSW Energy to acquire JPVL's 2 hydropower plants. And when we asked the management about this particular acquisition, then this is what he had to say.
JSW Energy has certainly done the biggest transaction in the infrastructure space so far, especially in the power space. And there are many upsides for the company from the way we look at it. Firstly, it gives us a chance to foray into the hydro sector, which has been our stated strategy for some time. Secondly, it's helped the company increase its total generation capacity by almost 40% overnight. Thirdly, we've been able to acquire 2 very well constructed, very low risk assets. The JPs are masters at building hydro projects, and they've constructed these projects really very well.
Once you do this acquisition, can you just tell us what has been the ROE of the different projects that you have? Will this deal be EPS accretive or not from the first year itself?
Yes, we expect them to be EPS accretive immediately. And at the current levels, we expect the ROE to be anything between 14% to 16%, which is likely to further improve in case the interest rates soften and the finance costs come down.
Once we talk about this acquisition, it's a big acquisition, 9,700 crores in terms of EV. What do you think you'll have to do? Will it be funded by a mix of debt and equity, a mix of only debt? What is the pricing of the debt? If you can share those details with us.
We do have the option of funding this entirely through debt and still maintaining a good gearing. However, we are also sitting on a significant amount of cash. So over the next couple of months, I think the entire structure of the funding is going to pan out in a manner which is sort of best for the company as well as for the shareholders.
If we talk about the entire power sector, there have been a lot done in terms of coal D-block allocation, a lot of noises coming in from the government, how they plan to auction these deallocated coal mines. Do you feel it will all be better for the future going ahead in terms of the energy sector?
Well, I'm certainly expecting that because the government is making all the right moves so far, and the intention is very much evident. If it also translates into equally efficient action, then I'm sure that for once and for all, this whole coal mess is going to get sorted out, and then we can get on with the business of generation and sort of manufacture of metals, etc.
Last we spoke, funding for the power sector was quite cautious. Do you continue to see that happening? Do you expect a pickup happening in the coming year from the banks and the big financial institutions which fund power projects?
Well, I would expect that to happen. At the moment, yes, lending to power is a area where the banks and financial institutions have understandably become very cautious. But since one of the major woes was on the fuel front, if the government is able to bring clarity and sort of clear up this mess, I'm sure the sentiment of the banks and the financial institutions is going to change for the positive.